inject their kids with this stuff every single day, and some of these kids don't make it. I have friends whose kids get their vaccines, and then a week later, their kids die in the middle of the night, perfectly healthy, then dead. Hello, it's not that hard to connect the dots there.
Okay, you ready, Brian?
All ready.
Okay,
Rolling.
so tell us who you are. Who are you? What's your name? How old are you?
5.5.
5.5. And what's your name?
What's your name?
Why?
Usually he'll say pirate.
How old
Little.
is he?
He's 2.5,
That's
almost
Bubba.
2.5. We
He's
call
called
him
Bubba.
And
We call
that's
him Bubba.
Bubby. I like to call him Bubby. Ow!
And then who's this?
This is Victoria, and we call her Doll.
How old
Doll.
is she?
She's 15 months. Doll.
All right, so this is interesting because you had, this is your first child,
Mhm.
and what was, because you haven't vaccinated them. I know she had the vitamin K, but they had.
She had the vitamin K, that's it.
So when you were pregnant with her, what made you decide that you weren't going to vaccinate your children?
I had somebody who did some muscle testing on me that told me that I have ADD, not ADHD, just the ADD, and they told me that the reason why I had the ADD is because of my childhood vaccines. So originally, that was one of the big reasons why I didn't want to do vaccinations. Then I looked. My extensive research was going on Joseph Mercola's site and originally Dr. Blaylock's suggestions. And so originally I was gonna
You can put it down to that, it's fine.
originally I was gonna vaccinate after 2, and then after talking to a lot of people whose kids have been vaccine injured at different ages, I decided to just not vaccinate them at all. That was just too risky. That there's way more risk in vaccinating than risk in not vaccinating.
And so did you get any pushback from that? From doctors? Did they just, anybody say anything about the fact you're not vaccinating your children?
For us, we haven't had a lot of pushback. My family's been very accepting of my choices, mainly because they probably know that they can't talk me out of my choices. My doctors, I've been lucky to find doctors that were non-vax friendly and non-pushy about the topic.
And so how are your children's health? This is a big question. We're led to believe that the unvaccinated are sick.
They are so healthy. They never get sick. If they get sick, it's nothing that a cold bath can't fix.
I know. Is there any water? Oh, no. Okay, he's doing baby whispering.
Mommy, I'm thirsty.
Thirsty? Let me get you some water.
Good. You want some greens? You want some greens out of the bottle?
It is hot on this glass right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, tell me about the health of your children.
Oh, very healthy. I mean, they rarely ever get even a cold. They get, stuffy noses whenever the weather changes, and that's about it. Teething. That's the extent of our pandemics in our house.
So have you been to the doctor with them for anything?
I mean, we go to our checkups, but we go to doctors that are friendly about our choice to not inject our kids with neurotoxins.
So what do you say to the parents that truly believe, because their doctors have told them that if you don't vaccinate your children, we've heard this so many times, your children will die?
What do I say to those
Yeah,
parents?
those parents that just think that the doctors know more than you.
Well, that they don't have to believe everything that they hear, and that doctors are taught what pharmaceutical companies teach them to believe. And in my opinion, it's total faith either way. I mean, you either have this faith that you're going to inject this substance into your kids, and it's going to make them not get sick, and who wouldn't want to believe that? Like, I mean, nobody wouldn't want to believe that, but the thing is that the stories are real. That people inject their kids with this stuff every single day, and some of these kids don't make it. We happen to carry a genetic mutation in our family, which I found out with my third, that I have the MTHFR mutation, and I've got 2 copies of it. So thank God I had already made the decision not to vaccinate, because you know, had we vaccinated, they could have had some serious adverse reactions, not just the most common reactions that people just don't equate with vaccines, like eczema and autoimmune issues. A lot of my friends who do vaccinate their kids, and they're welcome to do whatever they want, I don't judge them for that, but they have a lot more sick visits. Their kids are like constantly sick. My kids have great balance, coordination.
He just banged his head
And he didn't even, it doesn't, I make him hard-headed.
So, the moral of the story here
Mom, can you put
is
this over my neck?
what? Tell people, would you give a vaccine again or whatever, or would you?
No, not at all. I mean, I think it's, I think that so many of these plagues that keep happening in our country in particular are manufactured by the industry to sell vaccines. I think, you know, I think it's ridiculous. I think it's unethical. I think that doctors, for the most part, think that they're doing the right thing, and whenever they tell you to get your vaccines, in their heart and soul, they're telling you what they think is the right thing to do. But the problem is that they're being taught by people who are pushing an agenda to sell vaccines, you know, and to really question and to listen to your mom gut. If you have friends that whose kids get their vaccines, and then a week later their kids die in the middle of the night, perfectly healthy, then dead, you know, hello, it's not that hard to connect the dots there. Like, it's, I mean, and I didn't even know who Andrew Wakefield was until somebody that was pro-vaccine told me. So it's not like I'm like paranoid of autism, although I think that autism is can be extremely scary, because you know, you don't know what your kid's gonna do, if they're gonna run off, if they're gonna go and, you know, accidentally get drowned or something like that, you know.
Wait, can I ask something?
Yes, go ahead.
Yesterday, my sister fell in the pool and my mommy saved her.
Yeah.
Your sister fell in the pool and your mummy saved her. Good old mummy. It's nice to hear.
I also recommend ISR, Infant Self-Rescue. But she hasn't had those classes yet.
And then her salt began.
You just pulled her on out. Well, thank goodness for that.
Super mom.
All right, well, so listen, thank you so much for telling your story. It's wonderful that you have unvaccinated, healthy children, and we really appreciate you coming here to do that, and your children are lovely. They're so much fun. And then New, he's doing a great job there.
Now the next girl that's coming in, her son is vaccine injured, and they are friends. Her son Bear. Really awesome.
Really awesome what?
Muffins to give.
Oh, muffins for us.
We love muffins.
Yes.
Okay, good. Let's get that air conditioning back on again.
Would you like your child?
Oh, sure.
Maybe we should just keep this running for the next one coming on.
She's ready.
Okay, yeah, we'll just keep it running.
Show you her shirt.
Yeah.
I'm
Muffin man.
Hi.
Hi. Are you homeschooled?
Black one with it.
No, she's not.
So
She
hot.
goes to regular school. She's been kicked out of one school already.
Why?
I hate her.
I
She
hate
probably,
it.
she she probably could stand to be homeschooled. And I came
by-
to the first filming of Vaxxed